All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving deep into PrimeBiome.
PrimeBiome.
PrimeBiome, yeah. It's a product that is claiming to be basically like the fountain of youth for your skin and gut.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you send over a bunch of their marketing stuff and like a whole list of scientific references too.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to unpack all of it, see what they're promising, right? And see if like the science really actually holds up.
I think that's smart, yeah, to go past the marketing and, really see what's going on with the ingredients and the studies.
Totally, yeah. So PrimeBiome, it's all about these gummies that supposedly boost your skin cell turnover and promote a healthy gut microbiome, all leading to that like coveted youthful glow, right?
Sure.
But, and here's where it gets interesting, they're also offering all these like crazy deals. They've got free bonuses if you buy the bigger orders, a money-back guarantee, even free shipping.
Free shipping, huh?
Free shipping. But here's where it gets even more interesting. They use some pretty strong language in their marketing.
Like what?
Like, erase cellulite fast.
Oh, wow.
Or thick, full, and lustrous locks. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And they even claim that 96% of customers order 6 bottles.
Yeah.
96%, I mean.
Wow, 96.
Come on. Right.
Yeah, I mean, those are some pretty eye-catching claims for sure.
Yeah.
But it's good to remember that marketing often stretches what science can actually prove. So looking into those ingredients, looking into the studies, I think will really help separate the hype from the reality.
For sure. So let's get into this ingredient list.
Okay, yeah.
They've got 9 key ingredients in PrimeBiome. And some of these I've heard of, some of them I have no idea what they are.
Okay.
We've got Bacillus coagulans.
Bacillus coagulans. Babchi. Okay.
Dandelion.
Sure.
Fennel.
Okay.
Inulin. Fenugreek.
All right.
Lemon balm. Organic Ceylon ginger. And organic lion's mane.
Wow, that's quite a list.
Yeah. So some of these, like ginger, dandelion, I recognize those.
Yeah.
But babchi, what is that lion's mane?
Yeah, lion's mane, it sounds like it's from a fantasy novel.
Right.
Not your morning routine.
It's so weird.
It's a fascinating mix.
Yeah.
Like, you've got things that sound familiar, and then you've got these kind of exotic ingredients.
Yeah.
And to really understand their approach, you have to consider how all of these might work together.
Okay.
Not just individually. So, for example, they highlight Bacillus coagulans, which is a probiotic, often used for digestive health.
Okay, so they're going for the gut health angle.
Yeah.
Which I've definitely heard the buzz.
Sure.
Gut health is so important for everything, even how your skin looks.
You're right. There's more and more evidence coming out all the time, pointing to a strong connection between what's going on in your gut and how your skin looks.
Yeah.
It's often called the gut-skin axis. Essentially, the balance of bacteria in your gut can actually influence inflammation throughout your body.
So that's affecting your skin.
Exactly, yeah.
With acne, eczema, even premature aging. So a healthy gut could mean fewer wrinkles. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Well, I mean, it's not that straightforward, but there's definitely a link.
Yeah.
And PrimeBiome seems to be banking on this connection by including ingredients that are known for their gut benefits, like this Bacillus coagulans that you mentioned.
Okay, so let's get into it. What does the research actually say about Bacillus coagulans and its impact on gut health?
Yeah.
Particularly for issues like irritable bowel syndrome.
Right. So there are a number of studies suggesting that Bacillus coagulans can be helpful for certain digestive issues. So you've got Dolan's research, gone back in 2009, showed some promising results for IBS symptoms like abdominal pain and bloating. And then we've got studies from Hun in 2009, Majid in 2015, and Roga in 2014, all suggesting positive effects on various aspects of digestive health.
Okay, so there's some science backing up this gut health claim, at least for this one ingredient.
Right.
But how does Bacillus coagulans actually work in the gut? Is it like a superhero, fighting off bad bacteria?
I love that analogy. The superhero analogy, it's not quite that dramatic.
Okay.
But it does kind of act like a friendly force in your gut.
Okay.
So it's what's called a transient probiotic.
Okay.
Which means it doesn't permanently colonize your gut, but it passes through, competing with harmful bacteria and helping to restore a more balanced gut environment.
Okay, so like a temporary helper.
Exactly.
That comes in, cleans up shop.
Just cleans up shop.
And moves on.
Moves right along, yeah.
Okay, so it's not about taking over, it's about restoring balance.
That's right.
But here's the thing. How much of this, Bacillus coagulans, is actually in each PrimeBiome gummy?
Right.
Is it enough to make a real difference based on these studies?
Right. That's the key question.
Yeah.
And it's something that we're going to have to, look closely at.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these studies use very specific dosages and formulations.
Yeah.
And it's not always clear if PrimeBiome's gummies match up.
Right. It's like saying a teaspoon of turmeric is good for inflammation.
Right.
But then, like, slipping a microscopic speck into your smoothie and calling it a day, like, dosage matters.
Absolutely. Dosage matters.
So what about these other gut-focused ingredients? I've been seeing Inulin everywhere.
Inulin, yeah.
Yogurt, protein bars, even in coffee creamer now.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And inulin is a type of what's called a prebiotic fiber, which means it's food for the good bacteria in your gut.
Okay, so it's like fertilizer for your guts garden.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. Fertilizer for your guts garden, helping those good bacteria to flourish.
So what's the verdict on inulin? Does it live up to the hype?
Well, there's some pretty compelling evidence out there, particularly when it comes to weight management and blood sugar control. So there's a review from 2017 by Thompson and colleagues, and they found that inulin supplementation had positive effects on body weight and blood sugar in overweight and obese adults.
Interesting.
However, there are some nuances.
Okay.
For instance, there's a study by Visithrunukul and colleagues in 2022, and they didn't observe the same effect in children.
So maybe not like a universal weight loss miracle.
Right.
But still potentially beneficial for gut health.
Yeah, it seems like it. But again, we need to see how much inulin is actually in PrimeBiome.
Right.
Right. And does that amount match up with the studies?
Right. And this is where things get really interesting, right?
Yeah.
We start considering the combined effects of all these ingredients. So we've got Bacillus coagulans, which is a probiotic. We've got inulin, which is a prebiotic.
Right.
Potentially working together to create a healthier gut environment.
Exactly. A synergistic approach.
I like it. Okay. I'm starting to see the bigger picture. They're creating kind of a gut health powerhouse with this combination of ingredients.
Yeah.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've still got a bunch more ingredients to unpack.
We do.
I'm particularly curious about these kind of unusual ones like dandelion, fennel. I find those in my salad.
Right.
Not my skincare routine.
They certainly add an intriguing element to this formula.
Yeah.
Dandelion, for example, is often touted for its diuretic properties, meaning it could help flush excess water from the body.
So maybe that's where they're getting the erase cellulite fast claim?
Maybe, yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
Well, I mean, cellulite is a complex issue.
Yeah.
And while dandelion might have, some slight effect on fluid retention, it's highly unlikely to be a quick fix. I think we'd need to see specific studies looking at dandelion and cellulite, not just its diuretic properties in general.
So another case of marketing, maybe taking some liberties.
Possibly, yeah.
Shocking. Okay, what about fennel? Does this, like, licorice-flavored veggie have any superpowers lurking beneath its, like, feathery fronds?
Fennel is often used for its potential digestive benefits, particularly when it comes to relieving bloating and gas. So traditionally, it's been used to soothe digestive discomfort.
Okay, so fennel for a happy tummy.
Potentially, yeah.
But is there hard science to back that up? Or is it more anecdotal evidence?
That's the key question, right? While there's a long history of traditional use, we really need to see. Is there any scientific evidence supporting these benefits in a more controlled setting? Okay,
so we've got some initial insights into 4 of PrimeBiome's ingredients.
Right.
Bacillus coagulans, inulin, dandelion, and fennel.
Right.
It seems like they're targeting gut health from different angles, which is an interesting strategy.
It is.
But before we jump to any conclusions, let's explore the rest of this ingredient lineup.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because some of these names, like babchi and lion's mane, have me, I'm totally stumped.
Yeah, me too.
And how does all of this tie into their claims about youthful skin?
Let's dive into those next. I think we've got a lot more ground to cover.
Okay.
And it's only going to get more fascinating as we unravel these potential synergies.
Right.
And investigate the science behind each claim.
Let's do it.
So Bapchi is next on our list, and it's definitely intriguing. It's got a long history of use in traditional Ayurvedic medicine.
Oh, wow.
For various skin conditions,
Hmm?
but modern research on its effectiveness is a little bit limited.
So we're venturing into the realm of ancient wisdom meeting modern science.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm curious, what exactly in Bapchi is supposed to be beneficial for the skin? And how does it fit into PrimeBiome's overall strategy?
Right. So traditionally, Babchi seeds have been used for their oil, which contains something called sorolin. Sorolin. And sorolin is known to increase the skin's sensitivity to UV light. And it's sometimes used in therapies for certain skin conditions, like psoriasis and vitiligo.
Okay.
However, this also means that it could potentially make your skin more susceptible to sun damage.
Okay, so Bapchi is a bit of a double-edged sword then. Potentially helpful for some skin conditions, but maybe not the best choice for everyone, especially if you're not super careful about sun protection.
Right.
Okay. And what about lion's mane? That one sounds like straight out of a fairy tale.
It does. It does. Lion's mane is actually a type of mushroom.
A mushroom?
Yeah. And it's been gaining a lot of popularity lately for its potential cognitive benefits.
Interesting.
Yeah, some studies suggest that it may enhance something called nerve growth factor,
Okay.
which could have implications for brain health and memory.
Okay, so that's interesting. But how does a brain-boosting mushroom relate to PrimeBiome's claims about skin health? Is there a connection I'm missing?
Right, that's the big question.
Yeah.
The connection to skin health isn't really clear-cut. It's possible that they're including it just for its overall health benefits, hoping that, a healthier brain leads to healthier skin indirectly.
Okay.
But we would need to see more research, specifically investigating lion's mane and its effects on, skin cells and aging processes to really understand its role in this formula.
So another case of potentially promising ingredient, but more research is needed to solidify its place in a skincare product.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to the remaining players in this ingredient lineup.
Sure.
We've got lemon balm
Okay.
and the 2 types of ginger.
Right.
Lemon balm always sounds so soothing to me.
Yeah.
Like something you'd find in a spa treatment.
Right, like aromatherapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so lemon balm is traditionally known for its calming properties, and it's often used in teas and aromatherapy, like you said. However, there is some early research suggesting that it might also have benefits for skin health and gut motility. For example, Laura in 2024 and Rodriguez in 2020 both pointed to potential benefits. Oh, wow. Okay.
For skin health and gut motility.
So another ingredient that could be working on both the gut and skin fronts. I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
But as always, more research is needed to confirm those early findings. What about ginger? So I know ginger is great for settling an upset stomach, but what about Ceylon ginger? How does that differ from regular ginger?
Right, so both Ceylon ginger and regular ginger contain a compound called gingerol,
Okay.
which has potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties.
Okay.
However, Ceylon ginger is known for being a bit milder, a less pungent flavor.
Okay.
It's often touted for its potential digestive benefits and its ability to reduce nausea.
Okay, so both types of ginger could be contributing to that gut health aspect of PrimeBiome, but potentially with different flavor profiles.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense, considering it's a gummy, right? You don't want a super spicy gummy.
Right, exactly. Okay, so we've gone through each ingredient individually, and we've seen that many of them have at least some connection to gut health and potentially skin health. But here's the big question. Does the science support the idea that these ingredients, combined in these specific amounts and delivered in a gummy format, will actually lead to these huge results that PrimeBiome is promising?
Right. I mean, that's the crux of it, isn't it? We can look at the research on the individual ingredients,
Yeah.
but understanding how they work together as a complete formula, that's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where the challenge lies. We need to consider potential synergies, the bioavailability of the compounds in this, particular delivery system, and most importantly, whether the dosages align with the scientific evidence.
That's a really good point. A sprinkle of this and a dash of that might not be enough to actually move the needle.
Right.
So let's shift our focus from these individual ingredients to PrimeBiome as a complete product. What can we glean from the research about its effectiveness as a whole? And more importantly, do those bold marketing claims hold up under scrutiny?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, so we have like dissected PrimeBiome's ingredient list.
Yeah.
We've poked around the science behind each component.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Those huge marketing claims.
Right.
Can this gummy really erase cellulite fast?
Right.
Help you grow thick, full, and lustrous locks? I am skeptical.
As we've been discussing, some ingredients do show potential benefits for gut health.
Right.
Which, could indirectly benefit the skin.
Right.
But to say that these ingredients can do what PrimeBiome is specifically claiming, I think we need a closer look at the research. And frankly, the evidence just isn't really there to support those bold statements.
Right. It feels like they're taking those individual ingredient studies and just extrapolating way beyond what the research actually shows. It's like saying, because bricks can build a house, that eating a brick will give you shelter. Like, the logic doesn't track.
Right, exactly. And that's where I think being a critical consumer is so important.
Yeah.
Don't just get swept away by catchy slogans and exaggerated promises. Look for that evidence. Don't be afraid to question the validity of those claims.
Yeah, speaking of questionable claims, what about that statistic they throw around? 96% of customers order 6 bottles. Come on, that sounds too good to be true.
It's definitely a statistic that raises eyebrows. I mean, we don't have access to their sales data or their methodology, so it's impossible to actually verify that claim.
Yeah.
But it's important to keep in mind that marketing often uses tactics that are designed to encourage you to buy more. So offering discounts or free bonuses for bulk orders, that's a pretty common strategy.
So it could just be clever marketing psychology at play. Makes you wonder if those free bonuses are even that valuable. Did any of the research that we saw actually support those bonus claims about, like, cellulite reduction and hair growth?
Not specifically. Some ingredients like dandelion might have that slight diuretic effect.
Right.
But there's no direct evidence to suggest that they would erase cellulite fast. Similarly, some ingredients might kind of indirectly support hair health. Through, improved gut health.
Okay.
But it's unlikely to be some miracle solution for hair loss or thinning.
Okay, so those bonuses might be more enticing than effective. Good to know. Okay, let's wrap things up. We dug deep into PrimeBiome. We analyzed the ingredients, explored the research, scrutinized the marketing. What are the key takeaways for our listeners?
I think the main takeaway is that while some of the individual ingredients in PrimeBiome do show potential benefits for gut health, the evidence to support their bigger claims about, fast anti-aging, cellulite reduction, that's really lacking.
Yeah.
And we also need to remember that the dosages and the combined effects of these ingredients in this gummy format, well, they haven't been fully researched. So I think it's just really important to approach those claims with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Okay, so should our listeners rush out and buy 6 bottles of PrimeBiome based on these big promises?
Ultimately, that decision comes down to each individual consumer. But I think the key is to be an informed consumer. Weigh the potential benefits against the limitations of the research. Be wary of those exaggerated marketing claims and think about, does this product fit with my own personal health goals and budget?
Great advice. And remember, there's no magic bullet for health and beauty.
Right.
A holistic approach that includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, stress management, proper skincare. That's always a good foundation.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And, research is ongoing. We're always learning more about the gut-skin axis, and how all of this works together. So staying informed and critically evaluating new information is going to help you make those good decisions about your health.
So there you have it, our deep dive into PrimeBiome. We unpacked the marketing, scrutinized the science, and hopefully empowered you to make more informed choices.
Yeah.
But we're not done yet. We want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What resonated with you during this deep dive? What questions do you still have about PrimeBiome or about gut health or skin health in general? Share your thoughts with us on social media. We'd love to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, and remember, the quest for knowledge is a journey. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep diving deep.
Until next time, happy exploring.